What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I seen the title was going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. You got FBI Director Kash Patel weighs in on a growing public concern over potential widespread taxpayer fraud in Minnesota, vowing to protect children across America. Says the FBI, and this is from Kash Patel, says the FBI believes this is just the tip of a very large iceberg. We will continue to follow the money and protect the children, and this investigation very much remains ongoing. I do pray that they do something about it though. I truly do. Big shout out to Nick Shirley for doing what he's doing. And doing his best. You literally have somebody out there, in the field doing a lot. Doing a lot. Literally confronting a lot of people and exposing a lot of things, that we clearly always, talked about when it comes to, being on social media and seeing different things. Obviously, it's pretty, easy, seeing so much going down and, but actually seeing it for yourself, I feel like it definitely makes it just goes to show you, though. I feel like, and I got to speak on this. I feel like it just goes to show you on how important it is, to catch these things and how important it is, to pay attention because of the things going on. Not to mention, I truly feel as if, it goes to show you on how easy it is to just pull up somewhere and, or where it's happening and, being, safe, but pulling up somewhere and literally going and looking for yourself. And that's why I feel like so many people are, in a sense, mad, and frustrated at the simple fact of them not, doing what they need to do when it comes down to it. You got to hear, as FBI Director Kash Patel responds to independent journalist Nick Shirley, Minnesota fraud video, by revealing the agency has already surged personnel and investigative resources to Minnesota. Check it out.
FBI is responding to new viral video in the Minnesota fraud scandal. It shows a YouTuber confronting the owners of a daycare center that has the word learning misspelled on its sign. FBI Director Kash Patel says he's sending agents and resources to investigate. House Majority Whip Tom Emmer of Minnesota joins us in a moment. But first, Connor Hansen has more on this story. Connor?
Hi, Mike. There have been allegations of widespread fraud and investigations going on for years in Minnesota, but there's even more scrutiny now following a viral video from an independent journalist visiting those daycare centers in the state, apparently receiving millions in tax dollars with no signs of children there. Take a look.
Can I put my son in a daycare here?
No, I don't know.
Can I speak to someone?
No, I don't know.
No? Yeah, I would like to see if I can put my son Joey here.
That's 23-year-old journalist Nick Shirley visiting one business that couldn't even spell its name correctly. You saw the sign there misspelling the word learning in Learning Center. Some had blacked out windows. Most had no signs of children there on a weekday. The viral video sparking a strong reaction from Vice President J.D. Vance, who wrote, "Politicians like it because they get power. Welfare cheats like it because they get rich. But it's a zero-sum game, and they're stealing both money and political power from Minnesotans." Earlier this month, Minnesota's assistant U.S. attorney said fraud involving Medicaid services likely reached more than $9 billion.
What we're seeing is programs that are just entirely fraudulent. These aren't companies that are providing some services but overbilling Medicare or Medicaid. These are companies that are providing essentially no services.
And FBI Director Kash Patel posted earlier on X saying that might just be the tip of the iceberg. He also warned this could also lead to deportations and denaturalization proceedings. Despite mounting criticism aimed at him from the White House and others, Governor Tim Walz has blamed Republicans for the lack of a solution.
Nobody in the legislature on the Republican side is interested in solving this. My God, it would be the worst thing in the world for them if this is solved like we're doing it here early this year, because then what are they going to run on?
The governor's office told us today that they have launched investigations into those specific facilities and has worked for years to crack down on fraud and asked the state legislature for more authority to take aggressive action. Mike?
Connor?
And again, like I've been saying, if an individual has to sit there, and this, again, we all know, coming from the left, everybody's going to blame Trump. Everybody's going to blame the Trump administration. Tim Walz takes no accountability whatsoever. No accountability whatsoever. He knows he's in the wrong for it. Not only does he know, but Ilhan, Keith Ellison, and the rest of the individuals know as well. Check it out, Nick Shirley, y'all.
Governor Tim Walz is saying that you and others that are out there trying to expose this, you're doing it because you're white supremacists. What is your response to him?
Yeah, Tim wants votes. There are entire apartment complexes where white people have been pushed out of these apartment complexes because Somalians have taken over and they're inside of these towns like Minneapolis where they can go get votes from these people. And if you have 100,000 people that will vote for you because you're going to enable and let this stuff happen, and because you're going to call a white person racist for calling out facts, this is what's going to happen to a state like Minnesota. Minnesotans, they say Minnesota nice, but they are very upset. And I totally understand why they're upset, because they don't have a governor who's actually working for them. He's actually working against them.
Hey, you got it. I mean, it's definitely right there. I mean, I can't say much. Just within that 40 seconds, Nick Shirley definitely, he tells you like it is. He gets out there and does the job. When it comes down to finding, not even in Minnesota, many other places. I literally just seen him, and he's working. I literally just seen him in it was New York about the counterfeit. So it's a lot of things that he's doing. Telling y'all right here. So here is Lisa. If y'all don't know who this is a Speaker of Minnesota House and a candidate for Minnesota governor. I don't want to say her last name wrong. Y'all know I have it bad doing that.
There's
check out what she has to say.
Record fraud here in the state of Minnesota. That is something that we have been sounding the alarm on since 2017 or even earlier. And we've had a lot of trouble getting attention. So when I became Speaker this last year, I established the Fraud Prevention and Agency Oversight Committee. We had been watching the record fraud in Feeding Our Future that was finally gaining national attention, but fraud here in Minnesota was going on. And it's always important to recognize that when there is fraud, it means those tax dollars are not going to the people that need it the most. It's going to fraudsters. And so the work that our fraud committee was able to do this year, plus with the national attention and the U.S. acting attorney Joe Thompson, and really shining a light on this, we know that fraud here in Minnesota has to stop. Yeah. All of these different agencies that have either let it go by and still paid out. We know there's been an explosive growth in autism services, in the Feeding Our Future scandal. There's been fraud, 28 issues of fraud since Governor Walz took office in 2019. That's too much for taxpayers.
I am glad that you elaborated a little bit on the fraudulent activity that you guys have been seeing here, because I think, for more people have been trying to understand exactly what has been going on. So it's nice that.
And going on for that long. I'm telling y'all. Definitely sickening. Definitely sickening. And I don't see, again, how people are supporting. There's literally people commenting on my post. Y'all. And supporting this mess that Ilhan Omar and Tim Walz is doing. And I truly don't see how they're doing it. I don't see how they would want that. I know you have trolls here and trolls there, but I feel like this is something that's definitely serious, especially, there's people that's truly going through it right now, in Minnesota. I'm telling y'all, definitely insane. This right here, and I want to show y'all this video. This is exactly what I mean by individuals starting to catch on. No matter your race, y'all know I'm not big, getting into that, but the whole race thing and just because you this color. This just goes to show you that a lot of people are waking up. A lot of people are seeing the corruption and the bad things that's going down. Let's check it out.
Shout out to Nick Shirley. Man, I am so glad you did that. It is going crazy viral all over the internet. All of us who have been calling out the Democrats are appreciating you, because we've been saying this for years. Now, for those of you who know me in real life, you know that I used to work around kids at charter schools. You know that I did the federal accounting. Some people on my channel don't know that. They just think I'm just a guy that drives cars around. I retired from accounting, did federal accounting for the school. So what Nick said is right. Nobody's checking up on that. In Nevada, the state sends people to our schools. They actually send people to our schools During count days, after count days, we go over financials all the time. They see kids, they see teachers, they see staff. They know the federal dollars are going in good hands. The state does that. What happened in Minnesota? It wasn't happening. Because all it took was for the state to do like what Nick did. Go there. The fact that they didn't go there tells me this wasn't just a small oversight. This was training. The people in Minnesota, the administration, all of these people, they are trained to do fraud. It started at the top. I'm telling you, and it didn't just start with the state. It started at the federal level. Who's ever in charge at the federal level for that state? Ilhan Omar, her boss, Obama. These people all are programmed to know exactly what to do because you need social security numbers, you need bodies, you need parents, you need addresses, you need contact phone numbers. A registrar will have all of that. So if the registrar of the school has social security numbers and files on all of these kids, then the state should have those same files. If the state doesn't have files on that, then where are these social security numbers coming from in order to get that much money? Remember I told you in the last video, the head of the Social Security division, she resigned the moment Trump took office because they know there's something going on with these social security numbers. There's no way you can get millions and millions of dollars like that without social security numbers. I used to do the federal part of the accounting for the school, so I know exactly how it works. What Nick Surley did, hey, hats off to you, brother. It's like that easy just to get up, drive down the street, and to say, hey, can I tour your facility? It's that easy to find out if somebody's committing fraud.
And I truly love this video. I truly love this video because it explains a lot on what I've been, saying for the past, couple weeks. It's one of those things, just pull up. And I love that Nick Shirley did that. And to see that it's not just one place. I remember putting out that video and Nick Shirley pulled up to the first daycare center, and it was a learning center, the one that they couldn't spell right. Then I seen, obviously we seen more videos of there being multiple of those daycares, and there's no kids in them. No kids in them. Barely anything in those areas, like nothing. Then he goes to these healthcare service places, and go to those buildings, and it's 17, businesses, in this building. There's 16 in this building, and none of them. There's no people in there. No. The only people that's in there are the, it's to pull off that fake, just somebody there. It's nobody in these buildings whatsoever. And then when you try to talk to them, they don't want to talk. They don't want to talk at all. I'm telling y'all. One thing about this video that I want to show y'all, and this is, I want to say this is exactly how I know a lot of people are feeling. Just check it out.
This is going to be the shortest video I've ever done in my life, based on what we've all seen in Minnesota. If tens of thousands of Somalis are not deported back to their third world country, and if government officials like Tim Walz and other people in Minnesota are not sent to jail, or at least indicted, let me just say this. This administration, the concept of Make America Great Again, and for that matter, the rule of law, are all completely full of shit. Nothing else to say. Full stop. Case closed.
And I know a lot of people, some people may feel angry about this, some people, but I feel like it's just one of those things. It's the truth. I truly feel like it's just one of those things. It's the truth. When it all comes down to it, it's literally the truth. And that's truly just how I feel. And obviously that's how he feels. If it's, this whole, thing with, us, and individuals, obviously that support Trump, the Trump administration, and, I truly feel like this is something that it starts here. We need to see it. Is this really, what it's about? Is this really what, I truly feel that way. And again, others do too. Others definitely do. This right here just goes to show you on how bad it is in Somalia. This is, it says Somali Muslims at Mall of America in Bloomington, Minnesota. Just check out just how bad it is, y'all.
For what? You've been a problem? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
starting.
If y'all notice, pay real close attention. Nobody has shopping bags. Nobody. This bag right here, this is one of those bags. I carry one of these bags for basketball. Sometimes when I'm holding my equipment, I have a book bag and I have like one of these bags. You know, there's no shopping bags whatsoever in none of these kids' hands whatsoever. This kid has a book bag on. I'm telling y'all. This goes to show you right here. It goes to show you all right here. You have Ilhan Omar. You know, this is the former prime minister of Somalia, literally saying this.
Somalia.
I'm going to take the audio out. You know, I don't think he's speaking English. Says, like her or don't like her. It's very important that Ilhan is Somalian and that she is in for, hold on, let me go back. That she is in the government for United States. A Somalian whose thoughts are take that chair from a black person or from anyone else. Their morals are good. So that's something I'll remind y'all. The reason I'm bringing this up again is because I already said it to all Somalians live yesterday. You are the community leaders. So you literally have here, and it said it is very important that Ilhan Omar is a Somalian and that she is in the government for us. Oh, that's what it meant. They had it, you know, capitalized, but you know, government for us, speaking on, you know, other Somalians. And that just goes to show you right there. It goes to show you right there how bad it is. Ilhan Omar declares that Somalis will remain in the United States no matter what President Donald Trump orders. And trust and believe. She thinks she knows it all. And she got it all, you know, figured out, but highly doubt it. Check it out.
He's always been a racist, a bigot, a xenophobic, and Islamophobic. We know that he called African nations a shithole in his first administration. We know that when he came down that escalator, he said he was going to stop Muslim immigration into this country. And so it is not surprising that he is going after black immigrants in this country. And it's certainly not surprising that he's choosing a black immigrant community that is also Muslim. But what I would like to say is that most of us are citizens.
He's choosing it like nothing is going on in Minnesota right now. It's crazy to me.
It says we are nationals of this country. We love that Minnesota has welcomed us. Many of us have not been settled in Minnesota. We chose it as a home because the Minnesota people and the state is beautiful and very welcoming, and we are going to be here regardless of what the president has to say.
I don't know, probably because Tim Walz is there and he's allowing that to happen and many others. Not to mention, there's Somalians there that are, you know, doing horrible things. I mean, I'm telling y'all, bro, this is definitely sickening. It's definitely sickening. But good news. Definitely good news. And this is what I love. I absolutely love. Says acting ICE director Todd just revealed almost 221,000 people have applied to become new ICE recruits. I'm telling y'all, this is lit. Not even gonna lie. Check it out.
So we've had almost 221,000 new recruits or applicants that have applied to be new recruits. You would think that the staggering amount of violence against ICE special agents and deportation officers would decrease our recruiting, but it actually hasn't had that effect. I think what a lot of people want to do is they want to get into federal law enforcement. They want to work for a quality law enforcement agency, and that's what we're seeing here in this. But, you know, it makes us feel better to know the fact that we have so many people behind us that would still want to join ICE and join the ICE mission and be a law enforcement officer, even though they're getting demonized and attacked every day. So it's definitely given us hope. So we've had almost 200.
So one thing about it is that, you know, I definitely love is the simple fact, you know, that there are more and more people that are wanting that are truly wanting to get involved more, you know, within this because of the corruption and the things that's going down. So one thing about it, you know, is that I truly love it. I truly, you know, support it. You know, that you're having so many people that are applying, you know, to be new ICE recruits, because I mean, it's getting bad. It definitely is getting bad. And, you know, that's just one little video I showed y'all, you know, of how bad it is, you know, and, you know, let me go back, show y'all on how bad it is at that mall. I'm telling y'all, definitely insane. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.